Hello and welcome, curious minds. Have you ever stood at the edge of the ocean and wondered what lies beyond the horizon? That's a feeling we can all relate to. But what if I told you there were individuals throughout history who didn't just wonder, but in a way, what was over that horizon? Not with a crystal ball or through divine revelation, but through the sheer, unadulterated power of logic, reason, and an imagination so vast it stretched across centuries. These are the figures we're talking about today. Scientists, inventors, and thinkers whose ideas were so radical, so profoundly ahead of their time that they were often dismissed as fantasy, their authors branded as dreamers, eccentrics, or even heretics. In this video, we embark on a fascinating journey into what we're calling the shadows of forgotten ancestors, a metaphorical space where the ghosts of brilliant minds reside, waiting for the world to catch up. We're here to uncover the incredible stories of these scientific geniuses whose prophecies shaped our world in ways we're only now beginning to fully appreciate. Think about what it truly means to be ahead of your time. It's not just about having a clever idea, it's about conceptualizing a reality that has no frame of reference in the world around you. It's like trying to describe the color blue to a society that has only ever seen in black and white. How would you even begin? You'd use analogies, metaphors, you'd talk about the sky or the deep sea, but your words would be met with blank stares. This was the plight of our scientific seers. They were composing a symphony for an orchestra that hadn't been invented yet, writing code for a computer that was centuries away from being built. They faced a wall of resistance built from the bricks of dogma and cemented with the mortar of common sense. Their peers, bound by the prevailing scientific paradigms, often couldn't see the genius for the absurdity. The technology to test their hypotheses simply didn't exist. It's one thing to theorize about microscopic organisms, but it's another thing entirely when the microscope hasn't been conceived. Let's take a trip back to ancient Greece around 400 BCE. Meet Democritus, a philosopher who proposed the idea of atomos, tiny, indivisible, and indestructible particles that make up all matter. In a world where reality was explained by the four elements of earth, air, fire, and water, this was a breathtaking leap of pure intellect. He had no tools, no evidence, nothing but a powerful line of reasoning. He asked, if you take a piece of cheese and cut it in half, and in half again, and again ad infinitum, do you ever reach a point where it can no longer be cut? His answer was yes, and he called that fundamental unit an atom. For this, he was largely ignored, his ideas overshadowed by the more palatable theories of Plato and Aristotle for nearly 2 millennia. It was a seed of an idea planted in frozen ground, waiting for the thaw of scientific revolution. Or consider Aristarchus of Samos, who lived a century later. In a time when the entire known universe, philosophy, religion, and science revolved around a stationary Earth, he dared to suggest otherwise. Using brilliant, albeit limited, geometric methods, he calculated the relative sizes of the Earth, Moon, and Sun, and concluded that it was far more logical for the smaller Earth to orbit the vastly larger Sun. He proposed a heliocentric model of the solar system 1,800 years before Copernicus. But his idea was so counterintuitive, so contrary to the evidence of one's own senses, after all, we don't sense the Earth moving, that it was dismissed as a curious but incorrect thought experiment. His work was largely lost, a footnote in the grand story of astronomy, until Copernicus independently resurrected the concept, and with better data, finally set the world in motion. These stories aren't just historical trivia, they are profound lessons about the nature of progress. The groundbreaking concepts that were once considered pure fantasy laid the foundation for today's most advanced technologies and understandings. The abstract atomos of Democritus is the very real atom we now split for energy and manipulate for nanotechnology. The impossible heliocentric model of Aristarchus is the foundation of our understanding of the cosmos, allowing us to send probes to other planets. The journey from radical prediction to accepted reality is often long and arduous, paved with ridicule and disbelief. But these forgotten ancestors teach us that the boundaries of the possible are not fixed. They are constantly being redrawn by those brave enough to imagine a different world. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring power of a single brilliant idea to outlast empires, rewrite textbooks, and ultimately build the future. It's a powerful reminder that the world you and I live in today, with its instant global communication, its vast libraries of digital information, and its medical marvels, was dreamed up in fragments by these seers of science in an age of steam and candlelight. Their visions are the invisible architecture of our modern lives. So the next time you hold a smartphone in your hand, take a moment to think of the long chain of forgotten geniuses who, in their own minds, saw a glimmer of that device centuries ago. It is our generation that must keep their stories alive to understand that the next great breakthrough might be dismissed today as a madman's dream. Which forgotten genius do you believe deserves more recognition for their visionary ideas? Share their story in the comments below. Subscribe for more mind-bending history, and we'll see you in the future.